everybody, welcome to Friday. It is October, which apparently it means spooky season if you didn't know already. Apparently.
Apparently, interesting.
Apparently it's
Cooler
spooky
weather
season.
season, unfortunately.
Oh, we're being hit by a storm and all it's done is rain and blow a lot of wind around.
We we're still holding okay over here. We got sunshine right now.
No, it has poured it down all day. Very typically UK. And the wind, well, they've put weather warnings out for the wind across this weekend.
Oh, fun.
It's going to be
No
an
flying
interesting
kites
one.
is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, battening down the hatches, not wanting to leave the house. Lots
Yikes.
of plenty of hot drinks and blankets and just getting warm and cozy and not really doing anything else. Looking grayscale, I know the lights are washing me out something chronic. I tried to fix it, but it's the season.
It's the season, yes. In fact, I'm the one not following suit here, trying to show more color and saturation. I should also be grayscale and moody.
And you know what? I tried to add a bit of colour. I tried, and the lights have still said no. So here we are. We've turned ourselves into a ghost, but I suppose it fits, you know? We're in October. But anyways, enough about all of that. We've mentioned the weather, so nobody can complain about that. Let's have a quick run through about everything that's this week. You know, still ongoing. There's still little bits to finish out this season. So, of course, get your seasons finished if you haven't already. And spend your regiment coins if you've got a stock of them, because they will also start all over again come Tuesday.
Yes. Still plenty of camos and emblems if that is something that you if you've already gotten yourself the tank, of course, and you're just sitting on that extra currency. Never hurts to grab some extra camos if you've already acquired your favorites.
No, I've heard lots of people have been liking the solid colour camos. Those ones that did come from a community suggestion.
I love the red camos.
It was the red camo it spanned from because they wanted a primer. They wanted the base priming for what is actually used on tanks, and then it spanned from there. So we've got the green, the purple, the orange, and yeah, it looks pretty cool.
Yeah. Nice little additions.
So yes, spend your regiment coins, get your seasons finished, and then we've also been doing a bit more testing this week, haven't we?
We have, and I believe the players are pretty excited about this one and have been hopping on, at least for our World War II audience, of course. Our +1-1 matchmaking test that has started as of this past Tuesday. KB and I were talking just ahead of today's stream whether or not to share some early findings and data with you all. I just want to report we only, at this time, have 1 day worth of data, and we don't want to share much on that just yet because we're not taking quite into full account that the server restart and the login rate of people getting back into the server might be skewing some of the results. So data right now wouldn't be anything meaningfully worth sharing. But certainly expect next Friday's stream, we'll have some stuff compiled together. We'll have closer to a full week's comprehensive data to run with you all. But I think just some quick things to talk on the +1-1, talking goals and talking metrics in terms of what it is that we're trying to target here. We know this is a community request for many years. And we are finally trying this out to see, after various server-based improvements that we've done in the game over the past few months, whether or not this is a viable option for World of Tanks Modern Armor. Some of the metrics that we will be tracking, and of course sharing with you all, hopefully next Friday, we will need to watch closely the server capacity, especially in the EU cluster. We know this gets called out quite a bit, that sometimes players are hitting spikes of lag. And +1-1 can be very much a contributor to adding more lag into gameplay in the EU cluster. +1-1 means there's more because we are not grabbing a larger a wider spread of players amongst tiers means we may have to output more match arenas, and it's even possible a lot of those arenas could get more filled with bots. And believe it or not, those are all contributors that add on to server lag woes. Speaking of bots, that is a thing that we are also monitoring. We know that is something you guys are also asking if there's ever something we can do to improve and reduce the amount of bots being added into matches. +1, -1, we absolutely expect that there will be more matches with, at minimum, a single bot, but that could grow to upwards of 5 and even up to 9, perhaps. But that's just estimations. Let's just continue to watch the data on that. Wait times in queue, another thing that we expect to go up, more especially in non-peak play hours of the game itself. And general matchmaking efficiency during off-peak hours. And the last thing, of course, you, the players, your community sentiments. As always, we point you guys to our Discord and our socials. And, of course, I'm already seeing comments here in the chat of how you guys are feeling about the +1, -1, of course. So this is stuff that we're all taking into consideration. And just to kind of sum up, like I said, next week on stream, we hope to have more comprehensive data, walk you through our findings and what next steps might look like. So stay tuned.
Now, since you've brought up next Friday, I am going to warn the chat now that I won't be hosting next Friday. I'm taking a little bit of time off. We're leaving you in Winged Racer's hands. So good luck.
Team Bam and Winged Racer, here we go.
Team Bam and Winged Racer, it's going to be interesting, I'm sure, but they will have all of the data on +1, -1, including all of the feedback that we gather. There will be also data from the auto-aim testing that we did last week.
Yes, that as well.
We will have the feedback roundup for all of that as well. Well, the lads will. I am going to be enjoying a long weekend because, as I've already mentioned to the chat, I'm seeing the Percy Jackson musical next week and I'm very excited for it.
Awesome, I'm happy for you.
So yes, if anything happens on stream, blame Winged.
KB, you can throw me under the bus as well. It's okay.
Yes, but Winged will be pressing the buttons.
Yes, that I will not be responsible for.
So yes, they will have lots of news, lots of stats, and something spooky. So that's your teaser for next week. Now moving back to this week. Has anybody picked up that new tier 10? Possibly.
KB,
maybe.
Which tier 10 is that?
The BZ-72 Wombam. Surely you know all about that.
Sure. Our new tier 10 Chinese heavy tank. In stores in a Watma store tab near you. The BZ-72-1 mounting rocket boosters, which you can activate to give you an instant speed boost. Use these tactically as you only have 5 usages during a match. It's well-armored turret with 350mm effective armor that will block most rounds that you encounter. Well-sloped frontal hull armor provides roughly around 280mm of effective armor protection and has adequate side armor protection for side scraping. All of this armor, of course, allows it to play on the front line very effectively. On the firepower side of things, though, it mounts a 560 Alpha 130mm gun with good penetration and over 2,220 base DPM.
Now remember, if you have picked this tank up, you also have the in-game challenge to grab the skin, where you just need to deal 25,000 damage within the tank to be able to get that skin that is on screen right now.
Very cool.
And I did see a couple of people saying they have picked it up and that maybe it's a little bit slow, but don't forget you've got those rocket boosters to help it speed up just a little bit. I say just a little bit, and those rocket boosts actually give it a damn good boost.
They help a lot. Yes, they do.
And then, that wasn't the only new tank we had this week, was it, Mr. Bam?
Correct. In fact, an entire tech tree line that we had hinted during Tank Fest. some of our smaller low tier pretties here. Our US light tank autocannon line. The T-65M GMC starting at tier 3. Our T-85M GMC tier 4. And at the end of the line, the T-19A1M GMC wrapping up at tier 5.
Yes. Goes nice, does it? Aim for ace. Silent Hunter's already elited them. Cute little tanks. They are cute little tanks. Come on, chat. They're cute. They're adorable. They're tier 3 to 5. What's not to love?
Sometimes it's nice to take a break from the sweaty high tier competitive matches, right? Sometimes it's like, let's go and see what life is like again in the low tier range.
But
low and mid tier.
Speaking of high tier matches, chat, I finally got my Conqueror. We are past the Carnarvon, chat. Now we just have the grind to all 3 tier 10s. Oh dear, oh dear. So yes, we've got the Tech Tree expansion that if you haven't already started, it's probably the perfect weekend to start it, coupling that with +1, -1. And you have the BZ72-1 in the store if that's more of what you fancy, if you'd rather something at the higher tiers. And that's everything for this week.
That's everything that is going on this week. But I wonder...
That's everything that's going on.
Yeah.
And we've mentioned the seasons changing. Should maybe we update our in-game seasons? Maybe?
I think it'll only be appropriate. Maybe with a little bit more grayscale as well? No?
God, I'm not being let live this one down, am I? I'm going to have to adjust all the lighting over the weekend. Oh dear. But we could maybe perhaps show them a sneak peek to the new season.
Have a look.
I might have something queued up. Are we saying the famous words?
Let's roll the clip.
You'd best hope the wolves find you before I do.
Okie dokie, we are back. They've just seen everything. Well, everything. They've seen our little teaser for the season. Bob's back. If people were interested in where Bob went, and well, it's that time of year again, chat. And apparently, I did so well last year. We've got to raise the bar.
He just wants to show up for the right season, right?
He wants to show up for the right season. Apparently, we're going shopping again this weekend, so I dread to think what's happening now.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, yeah.
Some costume wear, perhaps.
Last time he went shopping, he brought a pirate's costume back, so who knows?
Okay.
So yeah, Bob's back. He did have some pumpkins, but he keeps dropping them. Can't use his hands very well.
Ah,
It's a hard time being a skeleton. Oh god, blobby tanks.
Bobby costume.
Well, chat, since you now know all about the season, I can also confirm that there is a Blobs camo coming in. And you can also get a set of Blobs camo if you win the giveaway today. So not only will you get the Ultimate Season Pass, you will get a Blobs camo. And yes, it is pink and yellow.
Fantastic.
I'm told you have a certain heat resistant and a certain Mr. Carbide to thank for that.
We don't have any assets to show them for this camo, do we? Because I have to be honest, I have yet to see this.
Okay, just right. 2 minutes. If I adjust that one, I can overlay something in. So browse to there. Did I put it in?
I'm in it with you, community and chat. Like, let's see this blob camo together. Is it blob or blobby?
I've got to remember where I saved the image. Okay, chat. I do have a folder. Where is it? Aha, blobs. Unlock the image. I'm going to badly overlay it onto the current image and then just go bam. There we go. Blobs camo.
Okay. I'm a fan.
So yes, apparently you've got a certain Mr. Heat Resistant and a certain Carbide to thank for this one, guys. I have many comments, none of which are appropriate for stream. Burn it with fire, exactly, Kilo. But back to the lovely stuff that we have in the season. You want the giveaway link? That's easy enough to give out. We just do exclamation giveaway and it will pop up in both chats. But shall we start with one of the new tanks? Maybe the one they can get in the season pass.
Sure. Yes, welcome all to our Dark Realm season. With the standard season pass itself, the level 100 tank being the M55S. Part of the Independence affiliation in Cold War, era to medium. After achieving independence in 1991, Slovenia took ownership of the M84 and T-55 tanks that Yugoslavian forces had operated inside the country, but left behind upon conclusion of the 10-day war. The Slovenian army began a project to upgrade the T-55 units, fitting them with the British L7 105mm rifled guns and bricks of Blazer explosive reactive armor attached to the turret and hull. The newly christened M55S main battle tank was accepted into service in 1999. The tank gained attention decades later in 2022 when Slovenia donated several units to Ukraine's military. Some of the other interesting tidbits about the M55S here, the Slovenia T-55 upgrade package with a Super Blazer ERA that is designed to reduce the penetration effectiveness of kinetic projectiles and is extremely effective against HE-based projectiles. This extra layer of protection covers your turret cheeks and upper hull, providing heavy tank-like armor. So if you find yourself having to brawl, you can do so. The other main upgrade of Slovenia made was its firepower, upgrading from a 100mm gun to the 105. The 105mm has been proven reliable on the battlefield as it's featured on many tanks of this era. Expect no less from this gun, as it has the same penetration and damage to deal with the enemies you shall face. While it has the additional ERA armor, it still maintains a good top speed and overall good mobility. And then lastly here, I think, KB, you have it up on screen now.
I do indeed.
Yes. At the level 120 stage of the season pass, it has an earnable The Harbinger tank skin. Harbinger of the Apocalypse.
It's written all down the side. It looks like a pretty funky skin, to be fair. Can't wait to try it out in the game on Tuesday. You will also, as per usual, be able to see the stats about this tank and the other tank we'll be showcasing in the article that goes live after the stream that tells you all about the new season. So, in fact, now that I've mentioned the other tank, shall we show them this one?
What's up next?
The one that they get with the Ultimate Season Pass tank. The VZ68 Squall. I just love the name. The Squall. I love it.
The Squall. Our Tier 8 Czech light tank. In response to the Western European program for airborne tanks, the Czechoslovak Socialist Republic considered several options for armament of its own light vehicles. The most promising amongst these was the option of twin-mounted 30-57mm autocannons that would use shells with better penetration. Initially, the list of requirements for the tank being developed included the ability to traverse water, but due to increased armoring, this faded into the background. Emphasis was also placed on high mobility and a small frontal projection area, which ensured the vehicle's survivability on the battlefield. The project did not enter production due to economic reasons. So this tank comes with good mobility and great concealment. Lie in wait to spot the enemies for your allies, while you wait for the opportune moment to transition into a more aggressive role. The high rate of fire, due to it being equipped with the dual 50mm guns, engage lightly armored vehicles or flank the enemy to target their thinner side and rear armor for maximum effectiveness. As if the sound of your gun is not enough intimidation, it also comes with the Babor skin for an extra intimidation factor. And KB, do we have a bit of an asset we can share on the new tank skin for?
It's up now. I've just been trying to answer a couple of the questions as they crop up in chat as well. But I do like it. This tank, it looks pretty cool.
And then one other special note with this autocannon tank, we did introduce a mechanic as part of it where it cannot actually cause damage to the enemy vehicle crew members when you're firing on an enemy tank.
Now, that also goes across a couple of other tanks as well in the new season, doesn't it, Bam?
It does. Which currently I don't have that list in front of me, but there are a few other autocannons that we have applied that same mechanic to.
So that list will be available on on Monday when the update notes go live. Is this like PC's Squall? However did you guess? It's just been balanced to the Modern Armour game. Autocannon mechanic, it does include Cold War tanks as well. There are both World War II and Cold War tanks that are being taken into consideration for that update. But we've also got a lovely little picture of the commander that comes in the Ultimate Season Pass. We've got Warwolf returning. And the ones of you asking about some of the other characters that you saw in that trailer, well, you should come back next week. Next Friday.
I saw some particular comments come through for some of the commanders that took a lot of interest.
Oh yes, they did take a lot of interest in that one. So come back next week. You will have Winged and Bam taking you through all of that.
Sure thing.
Now, shall we take a look at what else is coming in the Season Pass?
Sure, just a few other tanks as per usual. So in the paid season passes at level 25, you can earn yourself the Matilda 4. At level 75, the T-95E2. And then in our free pass at the level 100, you can get the LE KPZ M4190. And then amongst a lot of other rewards that KB has showcased for you all here on screen now.
So you've got, obviously, your normal cosmetic vouchers. There are some new camos going into this season. There is... I love how they've used the Blobs camo set there for the camo sets. That's... I'm never escaping it. Chat, I'm never escaping it.
Forever to haunt you
Yep,
and your future endeavors.
It's going to there to start haunting me. But no, you get your consumables, you get your war chests, and speaking of things like camos and war chests and everything, just as a little aside for, you know, things happening on Tuesday, we're going to have, throughout the rest of October, beginning on Tuesday, category-wide Twitch drops.
Ooh.
Alongside unique Twitch drops on all official streams, plus extra drops on the weekend that you can grab from our CCs, CAs, and the TA streamers. So that might be a hint of what some of these drops contain. You will also, you know, grab a few camo vouchers, grab some days of premium. There is plenty to go around, and if you are looking to perhaps decorate your garage for Halloween, you'll be able to grab some garage gear too.
Very nice.
No, I didn't turn my filter off. There's no horns, Luke, no horns. Don't know what you guys are seeing. Don't know what you're seeing. Oh dear. Right. Okay, so that's Season Pass covered. That's the Ultimate Season Pass done, the normal Season Pass, all the extra goodies. Shall we tell them about some of the other updates?
Yeah, this has been a meaty season. I don't know why that's always the adjective I like to go to when we're talking about either a stream that has a lot of content or a season or an update. It just is. But yes, lots of content and features and updates coming. And happy to run us through. In fact, I am happy to run us through a live demo of some of these updates.
Well, whilst you get that live demo set up, I'm going to start it off with a quick image here to showcase our updated map borders. So a lot of you have asked for this in the past because when you're in the heat of the battle, you can't always see that checkered line that goes across the map edges. So now as you approach the border, you will see a red wall begin to appear, and that red wall will become more transparent as you get closer to it. And also, if you're, for some reason, parked up against the edge of the map looking out, you won't see it while you're trying to aim or anything.
Yep.
So if BAM is now fully ready to go, we can take a look at the map border whilst also looking at the new, well, returning map. Maybe for some of you it is new, but Komarin.
Yep, I am ready to roll, KB.
You are ready to roll, so let's get that on screen now. There we go. Yes, the red wall will disappear if you're away from it, so if you're in anywhere not really close to the edge of the map, you won't see that red wall anywhere. It's only as you get closer.
And I'll demonstrate exactly that. And just a quick heads up, this might appear a little bit laggy to everybody because I am remoting into my work computer in the office. That is remoting into my Xbox also into the office. So I apologize if there's any bit of hitches. But in any case, yes, as I approach the border here on our map Komarin, you can see the red wall does appear. You can back up and it does a gentle fade out. And I'll showcase you guys once we get right up close to the border. Turning your camera, we wanted to make sure this does not interrupt taking aim or trying to fire on targets when you are up against the border and looking back inward toward the map itself. I will say, we saw that had this kind of response internally in test. This will come up as a jarring surprise to everybody until you kind of get used to the fact that there's now a red border. But yeah, as KB had noted, this was a community request. We know our counterparts on WoT PC have had this mechanic available in the game for a while now. And finally, happy to say we are bringing it in the Dark Realm season.
Yes, and a couple of people have noticed some of the equipment you've got on this tank, Mr. Bam.
That is a keen sight, my dear friend. Keen sight. let's as you guys know, our big equipment, consumables, and commander skills rework also finally coming out next Tuesday with the Dark Realm season. So I equipped some of the equipment items to showcase the return of the actual camo net. That includes the actual icon that you can now see in the bottom left corner near my tank schematic, as well as the binocs appearing there that increases my view range. Of course, that is when you remain stationary for a few seconds. Those become active. In any case, we'll take a quick tour around the lovely Komarin map. This is, of course, the team has expanded the borders from its original inception in the World of Tanks console version of the map itself. Funny anecdote story, this was actually one of the first maps I have ever worked on doing QA test here at Wargaming. It was one of the, after the initial release of our title on the Xbox 360, this was one of our first new maps to go into the rotation, and I was the map tester at the time. And I do have a little bit of a quiz, both for UKB and the audience.
Okay.
There is a fun Easter egg on this map. It is not new as of this update, and it has existed since its original inception and inclusion into the game. Do you happen to know what that might be?
I will have absolutely no idea, because as the chat knows, I didn't heavily start playing the game until around 2020.
Yeah, okay.
So if there is an Easter egg hidden in this map, I don't actually know.
I'll leave it to the players to discover. I'll tell you offline, KB. But let's just say one of Steven's ancient ancestors, cousins maybe, didn't have a great landing on this map. I'll leave it at that.
Good to know. And just for some clarity on some of those season rewards, the camos that you can get within the season pass rewards are what has been coined the triple threat camos. So one is lots of gold scattered across the tank, and the other is lots of silver scattered across the tank.
And I think I saw the question go. Oh, go ahead.
Chat wants you to drive across the lake to see how deep it is. I wouldn't recommend this, but chat are asking.
I wish I was in a bigger tank now. Let's see. Okay, I can also pull up the mega map if you guys want to see that. You can see that it is in fact shallow in most areas, but there are some deep pockets around that D6 area. I will go ahead and demonstrate with my tank. I may have to bring it back into repairs in the garage, but I shall demonstrate a nice little waddle through the pond. So you do have your cross areas where you can easily kind of, get across, but a bit of a bog in certain ways, so you will be slowed down.
Now, chat are asking about tiers. So whilst you continue showing them how deep some of this river is, it's currently set to see tier 3 and up. So yes, it can see tier 10 for now. Depending on how it goes, we are already ready to reduce it down to stay at the lower tier areas. But it's not going to see Cold War. It's too small for Cold War. And now there is a but to this. We are putting it in at the higher tiers to start with. One, to see if it works, but also so that you don't feel forced to play the lower tiers to see the map.
Correct.
So if you enjoy playing your higher tiers, your tier 8, 9, 10, you will have chance to see the map.
Okay. Well, I hope that was at least a nice small glimpse of the returning map of Komarin. Showed you guys a little bit of where you can and cannot drive into the pond. I hope you guys picked up on the drowning indicator appearing. So, unless there's any other call-outs of anything you guys would like to see, the map is largely unchanged from what you guys can probably remember in terms of gameplay, of course. But like I noted, there is a small expansion of the border ends, so it's a little bit larger than it had used to be.
Silver and gold camos, yes. Give me a moment, chat, and I can do some very quick edits live on stream. So the 2 full camo sets, when it lets me grab that image. Yes, we're doing the noises again, chat. Forgive me. It's my concentration noises. So we've got that one. Turn it on. And then we've got that one. We'll do that. And then we need to adjust what camo that's showing. Downloads silver. Shuffle it over. And then, whilst we take a quick look at these, Mr. Bam can get ready for the next demonstration that we have going on.
Next demo.
Next.
Can do.
Baby Shark was an influence somewhat. We did have at one point a version called Baby Av. Need Ravage Capital back sometime. Baby Av, yes, it's in Baby AVRE. For the Churchill AVRE when that came into the game.
Oh, you know what?
So yes, anyways, on screen while Mr. Bam is setting up for the next section, we've got the gold and the silver triple threat camos. So these are the 2 camos you can get as full camo sets, so 1 voucher for each environment within the new season.
Fun. Those were also surprises to me.
We like doing surprises around here.
Oh, a quick question from Sasha. Is there an option to turn off the red border wall in the maps? Currently, there will not be, but we'll hear it from you, the players, if this is something that feels distracting or intrusive to gameplay. Something we can consider in a future update, certainly. Beyond that, KB, I'm ready for the next segment here. Before we go into regiments, there's just one call I wanted to make in regards to commander skills.
Okay.
And then I can transition straight to regiments.
That's all good. We're back live with your development build. So remember, chat, anything you see on screen is subject to change.
Correct. So also coming out on Tuesday, you guys know that we are bringing back some skills, adding some new skills, and then reworking a lot of them. And the one I just want to call to attention right now that you might be seeing here on screen, we have announced this in the past, that Sixth Sense is now going to be a permanent inherent skill to all commanders. We made the call to actually add a little spot toward the bottom of your 9-skill roster list so that it was still present, so players, and even new players, still have an opportunity to see where the skill in game and have an understanding of what does that light bulb actually mean? What is it doing for me in the game itself? So this is a permanent skill slot. This is not a new skill slot that allows you guys to either respec or add something new. That is a permanent Sixth Sense spot that we wanted to have present there. Otherwise, you guys can probably pick up in the available skill list some of the returning ones and some of the revised ones that with new UI present here in the available skills list. And again, all those details, I know we shared them in the past. They will be available on Portal Article and, of course, at the launch of Dark Realm Season on Tuesday.
Yes.
So, without further ado, I believe the next topic we wanted to cover, let me tab on over to regiments here.
Yes, we have regiments updates, and now some of these updates are actually features that were requested by the players.
Yes. As we have stated before, regiments has been an ongoing development process. Every given season, we are trying to add more more content and more features for you guys to really sink your teeth into for regiments. And even with the Dark Realm season, we are certainly not done and still thinking on more things into the future. And yes, before it's asked and called out in the chat, regiment battles still on top of our mind. It is something we are still actively having conversations about and designing, and will be a reality in some future update. But today, as you may have seen in the season trailer, we have updates to regiments coming involving regiment traits and banners. So real quick, don't mind the stats that are present here. Yes, this is a single member regiment. That is dummy placeholder stats just for debug and testing purposes. Also note it's a little bit empty because we do not have regiment challenges currently live on this test server. So the thing I want to cover and go talk with you all today, let's go over to our Manage tab here. This is going to be available to officers and, of course, the regiment commanders to have this option available to you. We'll start with, let's talk about the traits first. In the Edit Details of your Regiment Manage tab, you now have 6 regiment traits indicated with these icons toward the bottom. And you as an officer can select which the traits are meant to describe and inform other users that might be interested in joining your regiment. What is it your regiment is about? How would you identify your regiment? Are you guys welcome to newcomers? Do you do more casual battles? Are you more into social? Are you more of a hardcore regiment? Do you play primarily World War II or primarily Cold War? And you can mix and match, have as many or as little of these traits as you want on for your regiment itself. And again, when people are looking to join a regiment and they do the regiment inspection, this is where the traits will become available for them to see that. Mm-hmm. We'll go ahead and save that. So that's regiment traits. And then up next, this new menu item here in the Manage tab, Edit Banner. Now you can finally edit the banner for your regiment itself, the one that appears right there on the left-hand side that you see all the time on your headquarters. We provide you guys various shapes that you can see dynamically updates as I'm going through the menu items here. You can also update the background pattern. Get this kind of neat runic one. In addition, various what we call insignias that you can help identify, and probably one of my favorites right here.
Stephen snuck in. Look, chat, that's Stephen again.
And Stephen, of course. And lastly, your primary and secondary colors of your picking. And we'll go ahead and finalize that.
You need a panda, aquatic soul. Go.
We
do not need any more pandas.
For what it's worth, this is just the first rollout of the customization options we are providing you, the players, for the regiment banners. Certainly expect more shapes, more colors, more insignias that allow you to really mix and match and come up with a pattern that you feel best represents your regiment in the future. But one last thing I want to make mention for the banners as well. Banners, of course, will also be present for any given regiment you are viewing on the leaderboard. Again, on this server, there's only one regiment present aside from my own that I created. And on this one, I have currently selected Cregan's clan. I get to see their currently customized regiment banner there on the left. And there you have it, everybody. That is regiment banners also coming with the launch of the Dark Realm season.
Yes. Now then, we should now talk about the tank.
Yes, the tank. I know I saw the question come by a few times, and KB and I debated whether or not this is ready for prime time to show you guys just yet. What I will stress is, yes, there is a new tank known as the T-31 Demolition. This will be added to the regiment store coming later in the season. I need to stress it is currently going through our super testers for their feedback and thoughts on the tank itself. This is something that we are, per their feedback, we will see at what point during the season we can launch it. And one last thing that might be of interest, something we can maybe hope to go into more detail in next week's stream or later. This is a tank that comes with a new mechanic. Both a normal mode and a rocket barrage mode. Because yes, the T-31 Demolition, its only primary ammunition is rockets. Stay tuned for more details.
Apparently, Just a Cone has looked up the T-31 Demolition, and it looks hideous.
It looks like something. Let's just say it's a very different tank.
It's a very different tank.
Yes.
It's
much
a very
of our
different
tanks, we look for things that are a little bit unique and stand out in a different way. And yes, we'll typically be more of the mid-tier range. And yes, this is a World War II tank. In the future, Cold War tanks are still something we are exploring as well.
So yes, it's an interesting tank, and this is one of those tanks where we want to make sure it's done right, so making sure that super tests get plenty hands-on with it, plenty of discussion around it, and it will come this season. It just might not be available at launch. The amount of Reggie coins stays the same. You will need 30,000, so if you want to stock up ready, absolutely start doing that as of Tuesday. So,
let's see.
I think you had
go ahead.
last bit to show them from your super secret development build.
Oh, sure. Let me back out of Regiments really quick. Just going to hop into the game modes menu. Not going to show gameplay of this. I think a lot of you might already be familiar with this, but just to bring general awareness. Ready when you are, KB. I got my screen queued up.
Yep, we're all good. It's live.
All right. Just your standard game mode screen, but as of the Dark Realm season launch, this is not really going to cater to all of you, our veteran players, of course, but we are adding a new training mission to help our new players joining the game itself. But of course, you guys are welcome to try this out yourselves. This will be added into our list for the training missions. Adjacent to our Cold War training, we now have a World War II specific training mission. And a fun little tidbit, if you guys recall, last year during our first D-Day event mode that we had run, we are reprising that event mode as our new onboarding training experience for World War II. So I encourage you all to check it out. Enjoy it. You guys might very much recall all the different moments and excitement you had playing our D-Day event mode over a year ago. And now, when you do complete this training mission, you might be rewarded with a new medal. So, stay tuned, and hope you guys look forward to that at the launch of the season.
My brain just went completely blank. Imagine. Right. And you know what the worst of it is I'm actually looking at our notes of things that we still need to talk about. And my brain
just went, I can cover
nope.
as well. Yeah.
But no, we mentioned that the commander skills, equipment, and consumables are coming. We covered that in last week's stream.
Yes.
There will be...
Oh, a good reminder. Good reminder, KB. With the update of the skills, equipment, consumables, will also be a 50% off equipment sale, as well as free skill respecs for the first 30 days of the season as part of our big rework.
28 days. It's running for 4 weeks, which is 28 days. Before
a
certain Max Chaos shows up from his PTO to tell us off again. But yes, it is 28 days for the equipment sale and the free respecking, so if you want to go crazy and try testing everything out, you are more than welcome to. In fact, we're even going to be running some small contests across Discord and our social pages to see what new tank and commander builds you all come up with.
Absolutely. Let's see. KB, I'm sorry. We do have a few other Cold War adjustments kind of coming in line with some of our quality of life.
Yes.
This is meant to pair with a lot of the tuning adjusted with the skills and equipment. So in addition with that support change, the new default spotting time duration
In Cold
currently
War.
is 5 seconds.
In Cold War.
For Cold War. For Cold War. We are moving that from 5 seconds up to 10 seconds default spotted time duration. In addition, the auto spot proximity distance currently is 35 meters, but now we are growing that out to 50 meters. And we've also talked about this before as well. All 4 equipment slots are available by default and no longer unlock through the tank's upgrades. And that's a wrap on those adjustments.
Now, before you all go on about the 10 seconds, remember that there are new skills coming in that affect your spotted duration time.
Correct.
That's half of the reason why the adjustments have been made in Cold War. Because there are the skills that will now affect your spotted duration time.
So please, I know as we speak about these things, it can sound very like surprising or even frustrating in certain ways. I always ask, be open-minded and get hands-on with the changes. You might be surprised at how interesting things work out when we pair it with all things kind of coming together.
Now then, yes, Jack, I am treading all over your dreams. We are absolutely not doing best moments in a blobby camo. Do you know how much time that would take up of my day just to sit there and judge? Unless you want to help with the judging process. No? Giveaway idea noted. Winged, get out of here. You're too busy breaking things. Festive spirit, am I? You sure about that? I don't see anything festive. Oh wait, no, I can see Bob. But Bob always lurks or at least sleeps under the desk, so that's nothing new.
Always what?
He's always about. But anyways, chat, whilst I go and get a certain list ready for spinning the wheel, what are you most excited for with this upcoming season? Is it the returning map? Is it the new tanks? Is it getting your hands on another Warwolf commander if you've already got Warwolf before?
Might be some of the really spooky hints that we gave coming a little bit later in the season. Perhaps.
It might be spooktacular. Yes, I made the joke, chat. Do not judge me for making the joke. So we need to do that download, then we need to open it, and it's probably going to open over there, so that needs to go over there before we lose Bam's camera.
Am I disappearing over here?
No, you should be all good. I managed to grab the download before it fully opened.
Is this giveaway time?
It will be in a moment. Now, today's colours, chat, we've hit the theme. We've got oranges, we've got purples, we've got greens, and we've got, I think it's a red, because Halloween.
Because Halloween. I'm going with orange.
You're going with orange, right? Let's get this set up a bit nicer. Let's take away all of those and then turn on the wheel and go to there. There we go. So yes, we've got orange, we've got green, we've got purple, and we've got red. Yes, you will be getting compensation for the equipment that you have previously brought. Look at them all trying to guess all the colours. Shall we see who our first winner of the Ultimate Season Pass plus a Blobs camo is?
Let's spin the wheel. Who do we got?
Who do we have today for the wheel? Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. And it's red to start with Sprout Monkey winning the first Ultimate Season Pass with Blobs camo. The Blobs camos are cursed. You're quite right, Nomad. You're quite right. Oh, are we all ready for the second one? Have you taken a guess at your next colour? Gotta have that.
See, I did
Blobs.
orange first. I'll stick with orange.
You're sticking with orange. In
Sticking with
chat
the
saying
orange.
you've got to have that Blobs camo. There will be more chances to get that Blobs camo. Don't you worry about it. It's red again. I feel like that's 2 weeks on the trot where it's been the same colour.
Huh. Rigged!
Anyways, let's just throw these into chat. So we've got the Sprout Monkey and DG Day 86. You two have both won yourself the Ultimate Season Pass and the new Blobs camo. These will be credited to your accounts automagically once we have everything sorted after Tuesday's update. And I did see the question of how long downtime would be on Tuesday. It is an estimated 4 hours, starting at the usual time of 9 AM UTC. I was about to say it in BST then, but yes, it will be 9 AM UTC. Which means if you're really interested, chat, we'll be sat on Discord, probably in the general chat, talking about something. Not sure what that something will be yet, because it depends on the day. But we'll be there, we'll be talking, and waiting for the servers to all go up so that we can hop on into the game.
Wonderful.
From past experience, food is likely to come up. Coffee usually gets a mention. You're planning for WoT withdrawal pains on Tuesday. Fair enough. Fair enough. Can you do a rewind? Well, Iron Mig, as soon as the stream is done, you can go back and rewatch it on either Twitch or YouTube.
You can speed through all the parts where I'm just kind of yapping on too long.
And
Look at the interesting points too. Who knows?
everybody mentioning 4 hours is long. This is normal season times. Come on, guys. It's nothing new. Nothing new. Oh. And on that note, it is time to love and leave everyone. Unfortunately, chat, it's that time of day. Mr. Bam's got a meeting he can't escape from today. So we've got to let him go.
Yeah.
So whilst Mr. Bam runs off, we will be putting on the season trailer one last time. And then if you're on Twitch, we will be finding somebody to raid. If you're on YouTube, we will love you, leave you, see you all again on Tuesday. And other than that, hopefully you are ready to enter the realm of darkness once the update is all done. So, on that note, we will see everybody later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you again.
You'd best hope the wolves find you before I do.